Hello, planners. Come along with me as I plan for the new week of January 9th to the 15th in my well-being planner and weekly two-page spread. Let's go. Thank you so much for joining me in today's live. Now I'm going to plan in let's have a look here. I'm going to plan in my well-being planner spread, as well as my weekly vertical two-page spread. Now, you can get these planner insert printable download from my shop at marianecresp.com. But like I always say, you don't have to have these planners to follow along, because if you have your own planner, journal, discbound, or any other ring planners, hopefully you can get some ideas from what I'm going to set up today. Now, all items will be mentioned in today's video. I'll have the links in the description below. So let's just get right into it and let's get started. I'm Marianne, and through my planning, habit tracking, well-being, and budgeting, I hope you can get some inspiration and ideas for your own planning needs, whether you're stuck in a rut, new to planning, or just want to get some ideas along the way. So let me show you my desk. And then I have actually already done a few additional stuff on here, because I don't want to take up too much time writing things out and then having the video nice and quiet. So I have, for my well-being planner page, I have already written out the habits that I want to achieve on a weekly basis that covers the Wheel of Life's 7 areas of focus. So I have finance, spiritual, mental, family and home, physical, social, and then I have my career or the side hustle and content tasks that I do on a weekly basis. So what happens is I go and grab my Kurotake Zig Clean Color Dot Marker. One side is a soft, round, cushiony end, while the other is a fine point end. So it's the soft, cushiony end that I use majority of the time in my planning. And let me see if I can get a Post-it note. So depending on the pressure that you apply on the paper, so if it's just a nice light pressure, then you'll have small dots, and then heavier pressure will create bigger dots on your page. So that's one of my most frequently asked questions that I get on my Instagram page when I show my planning is, what is the dot marker? So it's the Kurotake Zig Clean Color Dot Marker, not a sponsored post. So let me just quickly, if you are here on the chat, make sure you are saying hi. Hello, Mrs. D. Thank you so much for joining me. Val, nice to see you again. It's like a regular thing that we see each other now. I hope I'm saying your name correctly, Shabaki. Hello, how are you? So a fellow StreamYard alumni. So nice to see you all here. Thank you so much. And of course, if you are joining me on the replay, make sure you type in the comment replay and let me know where you are tuning in from. Thank you all of you for being here. Yes, it's like a little party that we're having now. So I'm enjoying our school holidays here in Sydney, Australia. School doesn't go back until February, or technically at the end of January, the last Friday. But I'm going to take the whole of January off and then start my homeschooling with my younger son, who's 14 years old, and I homeschool him full time. He's on the autism spectrum. So we have a bit of fun, a lot of challenges, but we make do, and he's developing and doing a lot of progress. So I'm very happy with that. It's a tough job. I don't know how teachers do it with so many other children in the class, but I'm happy with just one in my little classroom. Thank you. Rosalind, hello. Thank you for tuning in from South Africa. Thank you so much for joining me. So let's get right back into it. So like I said, I have already filled in some of the habit trackers that I have. So this is my well-being planner page. Now, what I have discovered is that planning is not just about the to-do list or being productive or trying to multitask many things that we do as either working outside of the home or inside of the home and getting a lot of stuff done. It is very important, and I know it's I don't know if it's a movement, but it's suddenly being discovered that we need to look after ourselves first to be able to then function properly in all the other areas of our lives. So what I found through my own self-care, because I do get anxious with all the different challenging behaviors that do come up as part of, being a mum of a special needs child, that if I'm not functioning well, then nothing will go wrong, will go right. And so the Wellbeing Planner page is, whether you have my planner insert or you create one yourself, and it doesn't have to be fancy. It just can be a little journal with lines or dotted grid, and just take time for yourself. So making sure that you are not just focusing on others, that you are also looking after yourself. So the other things that I also track on my wellbeing planner are some other wellness things, like eating a piece of fruit, no sugar or junk, getting outside, trying not to spend too much, writing in a victory log, getting 6 to 8 glasses of water, and getting my step counts in. So that's the left-hand side of my Wellbeing Planner page. And on the right-hand side, so I've now been a big advocate of making sure that you take breaks. So it's important that you are not just taking breaks when you're forced to, when you're tired, when you're sick, or you're just, emotionally drained, that you actually schedule it in, because then it avoids burning out. So instead of getting to the end and just being burnt out and just tired, emotional, cranky, feeling like you're not worth what you are worth, that you just schedule in breaks. So one of the breaks that I try and make sure I incorporate in my daily living is what's called micro breaks. So micro breaks are those things that you take several times a day, and it's only 1 to 2 minutes. And then they include getting up. If you're a desk-bound person, getting up and having a stretch, doing 1 minute deep breathing. Writing in a gratitude log helps create that positivity. So even if the day is going a little bit disarray, writing down what you're grateful for. And then I do that again in the afternoon, and then a nighttime stretch. So that's my Wellbeing Planner page. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go and set that up. I'm going to use I think this is the one. So today I'm going to use the Zebra Mild Liner to write down the date range heading on top. So this planner insert has, I don't know if you can see that, but it has dotted grid that will help you line up your, like in this one, line up your heading and your washi tape. So let me see if I can do this right. And so today I'm going to use the fine tip end of the Zebra Mild Liner. I'm not sure if you know, but these Zebra Mild Liners are double-ended. So you've got the chiseled end, and you can't really see, but there's actually a fine tip end. Let me know if you do use Zebra Mild Liners that you are aware that they are double-sided. So I'm just going to do the little hand lettering that way, so sort of like a stick figure, and then one side just create like that double line. So we have January to 9th. So, and then just create that little double-sided, because I'll show you what I'm going to do with that. 9th to the 15th. Make sure I get my date range correct. And then, so what I'm going to do, just to add a little bit of flair to it, is take the fine tip end and just create little horizontal lines. So like there's little stripes, I guess. Just add a bit of flair. So With hand lettering fonts, the great thing, because it is your hand lettering, it's unique to you. And so, which is great. Now, what I also do, just to make the hand lettering pop on the page, is I grab a black ink pen. So this is my Pentel Energel Cleaner. I think it comes with 0.3 and a 0.4 refill, but I like the thickness of the 0.5. So you can get them refilled, so you don't have to buy the pen barrel each and every time. So of course it is a lot cheaper, and because it's clickable, you don't have to worry about lids getting misplaced or lost. So I just go around the edges of each letter and number, and you will see how it just, that extra black ink outline just makes the lettering pop on the page. So of course you don't have to do this. A lot of people that I do come across with say that, how do you find the time to embellish your pages? So it's not about finding the time to create my planner pages, but it's actually finding the time for me. So for me, creating my planner pages is part of my self-care. So I have found that, of course, now I do it, in front of the camera to be able to share with you guys. But for me, it's like a zen, you're not having to think of anything else. And for that 20-30 minutes that you are planning your pages, it is your time. So don't think of it as I have to, it's I get to, if that's of course what you find peaceful. So as a planner person and as a lover of stationery, I just find it soothing for me, and it's my self-care. So instead of maybe going out and watching a movie or crocheting or whatever, or reading a book, this is my little time off at the end or the beginning of a new week. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my Zig Clean color dot markers, and then use the fine tip and very lightly, let me see if I'll show you once I've done it, just create some dots on the little stripe that we created on the bolder side of our lettering. So you can use any color combo that you like. Now I'll show you in a sec where I got the inspiration from. So here it is. So blue and yellow. And the reason I did that is I'm going to use, this is a 10-pack washi tape that I got here from Kmart in Australia. So for $5, you get all these washi tapes. So I have used this in my planning for January. So here in Australia, it is summer. So it is, and I do love the rainbow colors. So there's my cover page, my calendar. So that's also from this washi pack. And then same as that one. So it's nice and bright, and it makes me happy looking at my pages. So I'm going to I have taken inspiration from these two. So little confetti, white and gold. And are these daisies? I'm not good with my plants and flowers. So that's where I took inspiration from for my January 9th to the 15th heading. Now I'm going to layer it on. So again, the dotted grid on the top of this page allows me to line it up. It's hard for me to line it up from this angle, so I'm trying to see if it's nice and straight. And then just grab a ruler that, if I can see if it can pick from my desk, and just create that. And just this little space here, do the same thing, and just add some, so, and use your ruler to cut it nice and straight. And then where is our little floral? Oop, I'm just going to get my scissors to give that a straight edge. And then just stagger it on. So maybe start it. Okay, maybe just start it here. and then cut it before right at the end. So there we go. Same as this one, just a little bit of it. So I just, when I see some, nice bargains at whatever variety store or stationery store, and then that it speaks to me, I grab those washi tapes. If I could, I'd get as many washi tapes as I can. But I know I'm not going to use them all, and I should really use the ones I've got first. So here we go. So I've got my date range at the top, little embellishment of washi tapes at the bottom, and then I'm just going to, on the morning journal side of my well-being planner page, is I'm going to put some numbered stickers. So then that way, you can also use your markers or pens, but if you've been watching me for a little while, I love stickers. I have, where are my stickers? Oh, yeah, I put it aside. Since I was little, I've just loved, stickers. And I think at the time, they were very expensive or unnecessary, that my mum may have thought. So we never got too many, but the beginning of a new year at school is always a pleasure for me, because that's when you get your stationery list to buy, and you get to buy new pencil cases, you get to buy new markers and pens. So every year, because of course the year before, the markers have either all the lids have gone missing and the ink has dried, or your colored pencils are all different lengths or broken or not the full range. So I've always loved the beginning of a new school year, where you get the stationery list and you go to the shops and have a look at all the different stuff that you have to buy. But so anyway, this is the Carpe Diem number sticker pad, and to continue sort of like the blue and yellow theme, I'm going to use the big or the medium size circles and use blue and yellow. So which one do we have here? So there's the yellow. I've used up some of them, so I have to make sure I use up. Okay, so grab my little precision tweezers. You don't have to have one, but I like to place my stickers nice and straight, or else it's going to annoy me. Hello, Amanda. Nice to see you. Yes, I had a lovely birthday last Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday. So we had a nice time, my hubby and I. Hello. I hope I'm saying, Azy, hello from Germany. Thank you so much for joining me in today's live plan with me. All right, so let's see. So we need the 9th. So 9, 10. All right, so maybe we'll do 9 here. And just grab your tweezers. And then this morning journal side of the page has little gray squares on it. So then it helps you align your stickers, or if you are drawing your numbers or dates, then it can align nice and straight, because that's another thing, is I don't like it if they're askew or not lined up. 9, 10, 11. So I make sure that I made it easy. Well, it was originally, these planner inserts were originally created just for me, just for my eyes only. But others have found that they wanted to use it, and it's been a pleasure to be able to give ideas and inspiration for others, because we really need to look after ourselves. None of this, superwoman multitasking, you guys can do everything type of thing. I'm sure we can, but it's important that we also take a break. So there it is, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now the morning journal portion of my planner insert, it only takes 2 to 3 minutes. Again, just get yourself a little journal, or, if you don't want to start out with anything fancy that you may not fill in every day, just get a small lined exercise book, and just whenever you can, if possible, take 2 to 3 minutes in the morning or at night, whichever time you're more productive, and just writing down how you feel. So acknowledge how you're feeling, why you feel that way, and what is it that you can do to make yourself feel better. And then if there's space, you can also write what you're grateful for. So it's just one of the things I am learning along the way on how to be emotionally intelligent. They don't teach you all these things. Back in my days, if you cry, it's just wipe the tears away and get on with it. But it's actually important that we acknowledge the feelings we are feeling. If we're sad and something happened, you can't say to someone, stop being sad. Or if, someone got you angry and mad, you can't say, well, stop being angry. Those feelings are, warranted for whatever reason. So let's acknowledge it. And then if we don't know what to do with it yet, give it time, give it room, give yourself grace. It's okay to feel the way you're feeling. It's not neither good nor bad. And then when you're capable, then try and figure out what to do next that will make you feel better. So it's better to respond to our emotion rather than react. I'm still learning a long way. I'm actually waiting on the waiting list to see a therapist to try and help myself why I get so triggered very quickly, and I get really from like 0 to 100 in my emotion and anger. So I want to make sure that I am giving myself the coping tools, and because I don't know what to do, I'm seeking professional help. So hopefully that's something that will be able to happen in the new year for me. So now that is pretty much, I think, that is pretty much my well-being planner page. Now here, so stick to the end because I'm going to show you how I fill in. This is my Wheel of Life 7 areas of focus pie chart. So it's a great bird's eye view or visual way for you to see in what areas that you maybe need to focus on this week based on the habits that you wanted to establish and create from the previous week. So I'll show you how I fill this in, and then this is a sleep tracker. So just make a red dashed line for on the 6-hour mark to that's sort of like the minimum amount of hours that I want to get of sleep each night. So let me know if you have any questions with this page, and let's have a look. There we go. So this week's theme, blues and yellows, and there we go. And I think I'll pop it in the link later. One of my Instagram followers had blue and yellow in her weekly planner. Let me see if I can see. But so yeah, maybe that's where subconsciously I had had a look at. Let's see. Hopefully I can find her. If not, I'll go and make sure that I think it was the Jewish planner mum. So Jewish planner mum, Lauren. I think it might be Lauren. Yes, I think it might be Lauren. So thank you to her for the inspiration for the blues and yellows. So let's quickly have a look at chat. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. My love of crafting. Hello, everyone from Ontario, Canada. Thank you so much for the belated birthday wish. I had a lovely time. 48 this year, and still as silly as I've been since I was 15. Val, my love of crafting. Oh, how Val is from my love of Montreal. Oh no, Val is saying hello to my love of crafting. So both Canadian. Bonjour, bonjour to all. All right, so that's my wellbeing planner page. Let me just quickly make sure I am covering everything here. We talked about the 7 areas of focus. We talked about making sure you are tracking your other wellness, and of course, scheduling in those micro breaks. So now let's have a look. I think that's now we go and move on to the weekly 2-page spread. Like I said, this one is part of a bundle. So the new planner bundle, you don't have to get the whole thing. But then if you just want a sort of like a set and forget planner inserts on a month-to-month basis, you get a cover page, the calendar. This one have been a game changer. Habit tracker, mood and sleep trackers. What you track, you progress. So if you don't know where you're coming from and what you need to work on, it's a little bit harder to make those changes. So this is the current well-being planner page. Very colorful, makes me happy. This is my current weekly 2-page spread. So we're going to continue the same planner insert page. And then again, same thing. I'm going to use the Kurotake Zig Clean color, no, the Zebra Mild Liner, and just very quickly do exactly the same hand lettering font with the little stripey on the bolder side of the lettering. January 9th. Now, question of the day. Let me see if I've got my little question of the day. Question of the day, how did your first week of 2023 go? Oops, the 15th. Well, I had my birthday on the 3rd. Hubby and I went to the movies. We went to see I Want to Dance with Somebody because I am a big Whitney Houston fan. I actually also used to sing just at school and, you know, those karaoke and talent show competition back in the day before your idols and The Voice. So I would go to all the different pubs and clubs here in Australia. They had, I think this was back in 1993, 94. So there was a whole year stint where all the different pubs and clubs had sort of like their own little karaoke or talent quests. And so I would do, mum and dad would take me, mum and either would make me my little singing outfit. So I was already like 19, 17, 18, 19. So it wasn't as if I was one of those little 8-year-olds that got dragged around, the circuit, being forced to go and sing. So no, so I wanted to sing. No training. Just loved singing in my room and belting out, the classics like Celine Dion, Barbara Streisand. Who else? Of course, Whitney. Who was all my other Bette Midler? So all those classic ballad songs were part of my repertoire, and because I'm only 4'11", I was dubbed the little voice, or the power. I can't remember what they called me, but like a powerhouse. It's like, where did all that volume and voice come from? So nowadays I just sing at home on a Friday, put the karaoke on the YouTube channel, and then my youngest just tells me, "Mum, stop singing." So it's like we've had to tell him that, no, Mum, you have to let Mum sing, because that's one of my things that I like to do as part of my self-care. Now let's have a look. Yes, I enjoyed the because then of course I knew all the songs, and I was just would picture Whitney singing it, so I enjoyed it. I was at the edge of my seat and just clapping along. Have you seen the new? Yes, that's the one. Yeah, first week was meh. Crap most of the week, so that was no fun. No, it's not fun to have. Did I click? First week was from Lauren. Lauren Hello. I just said, I'm not sure if you were here when I said that I think my blue and yellow themed um, spread was inspired by yours, one that I saw in your Instagram page. So if that was you, thank you. So I had a look through and I went, oh, blue and yellow. Oh, that's a nice little change. And these flowers, because it is summer here in Australia, let's continue that summer theme. So next for the what am I trying to say? The dates. I'm going to use this small circle this time, and let's see if I've got yellow and blue. I don't think I'll have enough for the yellow and blue. So what else can I use? Let's see if I can use like the little flag ones. Yeah, maybe this one, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's do this one. Let's see if it fits. So this is the little flag one, and I'll just pop it on the side here. 9. Yes. Thank you for the inspiration. I love that we, the planner community, can help inspire each other. So 9, and then 9, 10. Thank you all for joining me today. So I know for a lot of my followers, it is Sunday. Is it Sunday night your time? So here it is now 6 o'clock in the morning. I like doing, not only because, of course, majority of you are on that time, but it's nice and quiet. I have the house, well, they're all in bed. But then I don't have to worry about anyone clankering in the kitchen. So it's a nice me time. So 14 and 15. So let's just put our dates right at the top there. There we go. And I've already pre-filled this little calendar at the bottom. So it's a nice little reference. So if you need to try and figure out what date it was the previous week or what date, particular date in the future, you'll know what day it corresponds with. So then what I do here at the top of the page, so you can do this as well with any of your dated journal or diary or planner, is set yourself a 1 to 2 top priority. So then that way, if nothing else gets done in the day because it suddenly, things go disarray, out of whack, or, something else comes up, if you have that one or top priority, then the day is a win, because that's the most important, and you accomplish that. So set yourself what's called a highlight or a top priority in your planner. So because sometimes when we do have planners like this or pages like this, that we think we have to fill it all in. So make sure your top priority is at the top of your planner pages. I'm going to use I think this is called the Platinum the dot marker. And then the first thing I do is I migrate or transfer all the important stuff from the calendar, so then I'm not missing out. So if there's bills that's coming up, or if there's meetings that I'm aware of it, of course, I could easily refer to my calendar, but that's why you have your daily or your weekly, so then it's in front of your face. You don't miss it, whether you do paper planning or digital planning, or you have apps that remind you. Make sure that you are aware of the things that's coming up. So on Tuesday, we have a family tax benefit payment coming in. So I'll just pop that there, so then I know I can plan my budget. Now, husband is on a casual payment basis. So because he took time off over the holidays, we would normally get payday on a Wednesday, but that's nothing there. So, but I know I have to do my Budget Mum Savings Challenge. So I just put TBM savings. So make sure that you are also not just putting productivity stuff or self-care stuff, but also any type of money movement tasks introduced. So then that way, it's a great way to be financially literate and know what's coming in to your uh, household or finance, and then what's also coming out. So rent, and then my Canva Pro subscription. So rent, Canva. So again, that any payment of subscription that comes out of your debit accounts or whatever accounts the direct debit is coming from, make sure you are putting that in. So then if you need to make sure that there's money in there, you're not going to get surprised that suddenly your account is on minus. So I've got a payment that needs to be made on Friday. I have a 5:30 a.m. VRA. I think this is Q&A. So it's an online course that I'm doing to help grow my YouTube channel. Nothing on Saturday. On Sunday, I'm continuing the 52 weeks savings challenge. So I'm going to make sure that I save up for that. And then finally do my PayPal funds transfer. So part of the payment that I have for my shop is through PayPal. So I like to make sure that there's no funds in there. When I first started doing handmade stuff, I just read things that, the PayPal funds got depleted from scammers. So I just now make sure that I move that money out of that. And if there's no money to be taken, then there's no money to be scammed out of. So that's my thing. So all your calendar events, pages, to-dos, bills, make sure you migrate it from your calendar to your current week. Now, I did for this week, now it's finished, it's January 2nd to 8th. I did use these boxes. So I'm probably going to do that again for this week and then just place them along the way. But I'll do that off camera because I don't know what I'm going to do. But you can embellish it with highlighters like these, your zebra mild liners. You can, use the dot markers as your check markers. You can use Tombow brush pens. Now, you don't have to have these brands in particular. There's a lot of dupes nowadays that you can buy for a lot cheaper because these, they are a little bit more expensive because, I think they're high quality, lots of ink in them. The quality of the brushes, especially the Tombow, if you're a hand lettering font enthusiast, they do the brush tip do make a difference if that's something you want to learn. So you don't have to go and buy the expensive ones. Sometimes your kids' Crayola pens will do, and they do just fine. So that's the weekly 2-page spread. Let me just quickly have a quick look at how we're going in the chat. So, Lauren, I have a more neutral rose gold and neutrals. Yes, I try neutrals, but I'm not good with those colorings. And because I think I love rainbow colors, I'll make sure Sunday morning. Sunday morning there. So Monday morning here. Make sure you have my coffee is always cold because I always forget to drink it. So, here's to those who are having their morning tea or coffee, and make sure, of course, that you are drinking your water and keeping hydrated. So let me know if there's anything that you do yourself for your planner in certain pages that might be a little good tip and everything. Jennifer, hello. I can't watch because filming a video. No, thank you so much. So Jennifer from the Creator Classroom. If you want to know how to use Canva and get all the tips and tricks, go visit her, the Creator Classroom. She's another one of my friends on the, we're trying to grow our YouTube channel. So thank you so much, Jennifer, for popping by. You've had a very busy first 7. Yes, she has lots of videos. So if you you use Canva, so it's an editing tool that you can create beautiful graphics. If you want to start making your own planner inserts, there's a lot of great templates on there, so that that can jumpstart you. So if you're want to do some side hustles, and either as a content creator or as a digital, you want to create your own digital products, Canva is really a great way. Apparently, didn't finish my rose gold and neutrals on that spread this week. It was rose gold and neutrals. Either way, it looked fabulous, and it was such an inspiration to see your planner pages. Thank you, Lauren, the Jewish planner mum. Okay, so like I said, let me just quickly pop my desk camera back on. I'm going to leave it at that, but yeah, so it's going to be similar to this spread. So I add stickers in, and then I add my to-dos for the day, and then any blank spaces I just fill in with stickers that I use. I have the Carpe Diem sticker pads, so I have quite a few different ones. Again, not a sponsored post, but if you want to sponsor me, Carpe Diem, more than happy to chat. So yeah, so any gaps I just fill in with little stickers. So then when I reflect back on this page, I can have a look, and it'll just make me happy. And then it's nice to just reflect back on the years and the months or the weeks gone by. And so yeah, so my planner pages are one of the things that bring me joy. Now, so what I'm going to do next is, like I said, I'm going to show you how I fill in the Wheel of Life pie chart. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. You're so... Oh, you guys just make me so happy sometimes with all your beautiful comments and being here with me. Thank you so much. Wheel of Life pie chart and how I use it. So I fill this in based on how I did the previous week. So let's quickly have a look at January 2nd. So as you can see, it's for January 2nd to the 8th. It has 7 segments to correspond with the 7 areas of focus of mental, physical, spiritual, family, finance, career, and social. And so I color code them. So whatever color, if you do also do a sort of like I think they also do 10 of life, and I think the Maxi Life has an 8 areas of focus. So Wheel of Life is Zig Ziglar's methodology of trying to make sure that you have balance in these 7 areas of focus. It's not that you have to do everything for all these for all of the time, but it's just a way for you to make sure that if things aren't balanced, so if you have neglected a certain area the previous week, then try and make sure that you are focusing on it this new week. So let me just show you. Let me see if I can zoom in a bit. Does this work? Doesn't really focus. My little settings on it, maybe that's a little bit better. Yeah. So as you can see, this is January 2nd to 8th. I used my Zigline color dot markers. Now, color coding wise, I just go and pick the rainbow colors and go down that the Roy G. red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, and I just use whatever those colors that are next. So no rhyme or reason apart from rainbow color order. So I use the dot marker. So if I complete a habit or an action step, and then I use my dotted, and then just this or these ones here have a gray little outline that you can just go over. So then as much as possible, it's going to be straight. So now I don't know if this is that I've done this because it's the beginning of the year, and you know how everyone's excited about the newness of the new year, new me, better me, or it's just the beginning of a new month. I do know, and this is my own history, that I do very well on my habits on the first week of any new month or any new week. So I am hoping that this momentum continues week on week rather than just the beginning of the week. We'll see how things go when my homeschooling starts. So let's just get, I'll show you how I fill this in. I think this might be too zoomed in. Okay, so then I just take my zebra mild liners. Let me grab all these. So I'll put aside 7 that will correspond with my 7 areas of focus. So then I just have a look on the previous week. So then it's the same. So the blue one is for my mental. So that's read or learn minimum of 15 minutes each day. I did that 6 days out of the week. So then here, each pie has 7 segments. So then I will color in 6 of that. And then that way, visually, I can see that the previous week I hit the mark on focusing on, nurturing the mental side of things. So reading 6 out of 7 days. So meditating, I did that every day. So I'm trying to make sure. So I use the Headspace app, and it has sort of like a 1-minute breathing technique. And then it has sort of like a focus of the day or a meditation of the day. And I just do it for about 5-7 minutes. So it doesn't take too long. And I just sit here at my desk, plant my feet on my little, I've got the high graphics chair, so on the little footstool, and just do it before everyone else wakes up. And again, making noise in the kitchen, dishes and things clankering. So I try and do that early in the morning. The next one is social. So that's texting or calling a loved one. So I did that every day. So again, I don't know, because if it's the newness of the year, and so this is me calling them or texting, reaching out to them rather than them reaching out to me. So of course I got lots of birthday wishes last week, but then it's me making sure that I'm texting or DMing friends and loved ones, and making sure that you're doing the, hey, how's everything going? Are you okay? And letting them know that, I'm here if you ever need anyone to talk to. So the orange is my side hustle task. So I did quite a bit of side hustling. So look at my pie chart compared to the previous week. So the previous week would have been December 26th to January 1st. And nobody does anything in that time of the year because nobody knows what day it is. Is that you as well? So did I do 8? Yes, 8 days. So this may look like, wow, look at Mariane go. She's hitting the mark on all her things. So this might be just an anomaly because it is the first week of the month, the year, and the week. But other weeks, let me just show you how. So I don't want you to think that I'm a superwoman, because I'm not. And that's why I am doing my planning, because there are days, as you can see here, there are days where I don't even do, and look, I didn't even do anything, didn't do any exercise, didn't do any chatting to anybody, didn't do any cleaning task of the day. So, yeah, it just gives you a bird's eye view that, oh, maybe I should work on that. So what happens when I don't work on it, then I do the complain. Oh, I haven't exercised. I'm feeling a little bit flabby. Oh, I haven't read anything. My mind's all cluttered and blurred. So if we keep doing the same thing over and over again and then expect a different result, that's the sign of insanity. So if, I think it was Mel Robbins I just saw, give yourself some time, sort of like a grieving or denial timeline that, okay, I'm going to give myself a week to go, all right, my things don't fit, my clothes don't zip up, my jeans don't zip properly, the buttons aren't meeting anymore. But then if you if you're upset about it, do something about it. So that's where I am at the moment. A long way to go. I haven't done giving myself sort of like an ab challenge. So let's see. What's the next bit? See, I don't even know what these bits are because I didn't do them. Let me see. So orange. I think I'm all over the place here. I think the next one, physical. So I did 6 days. So I said to myself, I'm going to give myself an ab challenge. So these crunches and leg races and plank, as well as try and get 15 minutes of cardio at least 3 times a week. I did 2, and I do feel like muscles, I'm getting better, or they're sore, so which means I'm hoping that they're working. And the ab challenge, let me see if I can show you that. So lots of yeses, so which is good. So yeah, one small thing at a time. The next one is family and home. So this is doing a cleaning task, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I did that 5 days out of the week. So we normally do all our cleaning tasks on a Saturday morning, and then throughout the week I do small, 10-minute tasks. So then that way, I'm not walking on gritty carpet. And so that's something that I normally don't do. I'll wait until the whole weekend and then get upset when, the floor is a mess. And then the final one is tracking our expenses. So I did that every day of last week, because probably for the last month and a half I hadn't been doing it, because the tracking my expenses, I had it at the end of my to-do list at the end of the day, and I always forget because I am too tired. So this is, I think, the best looking pie chart I've had in a long time, where I did everything. Again, I'll see how I go this new week, because I don't know if I did this because it's just the motivation of a new year, and promising myself it'll be different this time. But let's see what it's going to be like when the newness fades. So, but that's why I have set specific actionable to do, rather than an airy fairy lose weight or exercise more. So that is how my wheel of life pie chart. It's a visual way for you to see what areas you need to focus on the following week, based on the habits that you have set for yourself. Now, hello, Irene. Thank you so much for joining me. How are you? So Jewish, I never realized that those are meant to match the goal sheets categorized. Yes. I think someone had mentioned that they weren't too sure how it worked. I do have a video somewhere along the my YouTube channel explaining how I use it. So what it is, the Wheel of Life pie chart on my Wellbeing Planner page corresponds with how well you did the previous week. So then this way, so if this is let me just pop my pages back so my brain is. So then this way, so if this is our new week, let me just zoom out a bit. So if this is our new week, we can clearly see, well, this one, I did well last week, but if it's a normal, it's a normal week. If it's a normal week, a lot of, some of these pie charts will either be only 2 to 3 days that I complete. You can then clearly see that, okay, I neglected, I didn't call anybody or touch base with anybody from the previous week. I'm going to make sure that I schedule in, that I go call a friend, call mum, check up on a neighbor if you live in a neighborhood that, may have an elderly. So those sort of things. Or If your finance pie chart, you haven't been tracking your finance, and you go, well, and then wonder, where did all our money go? How come there's no money in that account? So it's a bird's eye view, visual way for you to clearly see that this week I need to make sure that I don't neglect that area of focus in my life. But then there will be seasons where maybe if you have a project or if you work outside of the home, that you might be away from the family because you might have to go interstate or whatever it is. There will be seasons where certain areas you might not get to do all the time. But over time, it's visually saying to you, hey, you've neglected the family again this week, or hey, you haven't been reading, or hey, you haven't been spiritual. And of course, you can do the areas of focus, name it whatever you want. It doesn't have to be the one that Zig Ziglar has in his the Wheel of Life methodology. So here we are. Now, make sure, please, if you have found value in today's video, that you do, let me just make sure, I'll just take that one, that you do give this video a like. And if you feel like maybe any other planner friends will find any value in it, give it a share. And if you haven't yet subscribed, make sure to hit that subscription button and hit the bell to get notified of when I upload new videos. So let me know if this has been a helpful plan with me today. Hello, Rejected Jedi. I missed the exercise to do this week. That might have been on purpose. Yes. So don't be forgiving. But if you, like I said, if you feel like, you are complaining or upset with yourself about the same thing over and over again, okay, this week I'll wallow in my pity and sit on the couch for a little bit longer. But next week it's going to be different. So, but yeah. So now, if you want to see other planner pages, that's in my A5 planner. Actually, let me just double show you. This is the A5 Filofax Mold and Organizer in pink. Now, if you do want to see other planner pages that I have in here, the next thing to do is watch this video right here, where I did a planner flip through of what I had in it in November, I think. So I'm going to do a planner flip through soon, and of all my planner pages for 2022. So that's going to be a while. So it'll probably just be a quick flip through so you can see and have a peek of what's inside someone else's planner pages. So the link will be in the description below for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.